No intro, you don't need it. This is going to be the DIY speed run for the steering stabilizer on a 1993 Nissan D21 pickup. This also goes for the Pathfinders of this generation, and I will throw all of the parts and part numbers in the description for the stock and for the rough country one, which is what I have. So stick around. As for what comes in the box, this is what you're going to get. Obviously your wonderful picture of how this is supposed to look and your instructions. You're going to get the drop down bracket. This is going to go on the opposite side of the steering box. You'll see that in just a sec. And then we have the hardware to mount that. And then of course we have the steering stabilizer or damper itself. This is the rough country kit. And again, this will be available in the link below. For anybody who needs to replace their hardware, if you have this kit or if you are trying to replace hardware for a stock kit, this is the hardware that you will need. These are the screws that are for the mounting bracket to get the actual stabilizer onto the crossover arm and to get the bracket onto the frame itself. So this is the hardware that you will need, and I will show you how all of this is installed. Forgive the shakiness here. I am on the ground. This is a bit of a weird angle for me, but what you're looking at here is the back of the steering box. You can see the pitman arm, and these two holes right here in the frame are where the drop down for the steering stabilizer will mount, and then it's going to connect right over here into the factory crossover bar. So that is where I'm going to be mounting it, and I will just do a quick little time lapse to show what that's going to look like. Well, there you have it. There's the quick and dirty speed run of the Nissan D21 or Pathfinder steering stabilizer from rough country. And again, I have thrown all of the other part numbers down in the description below. It's a little bit hard to show, and I'm sure you're hearing some road noise, but that steering stabilizer makes a huge difference. By the way, I'll throw up the numbers of the alignment. I teased at that earlier, but that alignment, even with me eyeballing it, was only a degree off in camber and a degree off in toe in, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So as far as the steering stabilizer goes, I noticed it feels a little bit heavier when I'm turning. It feels a little bit heavier when I am coming into a rut, but I also noticed that if I take my hand off the wheel, it doesn't feel like it's pulling to either direction. It just stays consistent, it stays smooth, and that's exactly what I was hoping for, because this little truck is kind of tingy, and what I didn't want to have happen was I didn't want to take it on a road trip and have it try to list one way or the other, and you can see just how tight that steering is now that it's all said and done. I mean, I am just grabbing every inch of that steering, so super duper impressed. Again, all the numbers are down below, and thanks again for watching. I appreciate it.